okay, it's Adar, and Purim is around the corner. And truth be told, it wasn't always my favorite holiday, but as I've come to learn and understand more, I really gained an appreciation. I never understood why we were taught that in the end of days when Mashiach comes, we're told that the only holidays that would be celebrated are Yom Kippurim and Purim. And the only books of significance that would really be relevant to us would be Chamisha Chumshei Torah and Megillat Esther. And it really is a big question in my mind. Why should that be? But there's so much fascinating material and deep hidden secrets that are all encompassed within the holiday of Purim, within the Megillah, within how we celebrate, that is so meaningful to each and every individual, and how that pertains to us, not only within ourselves, but to the community at large and our place in this world. And I'd like to start by discussing, of course, the well-known custom of people that wear masks, which is really just something that's symbolic, that has so much meaning to me, because, people, they get dressed up on, the ones that do, on Purim, running around with masks, and some are so transparent, weak, and you can know exactly right away who the person behind that mask is. And then there are some people who do extravagant, elaborate, amazing costumes, and you don't know who is behind that costume. But you know what? This to me really signifies us as individuals, us as people, that, in the world at large, we all wear masks. We all try to hide behind certain facades that we represent ourselves as certain people. And a lot of it is just our insecurities, and we have a deeper self that we're afraid to show. And each one of us, in life, we all wear masks at times, and some are so transparent that even though someone says something or somebody does something, you really know what the insecurity or the reason behind why someone does. And then some people wear masks, meaning you really think maybe they're authentic, or they're what they do really appears to be so strong and so real, but that everybody has. Even that person is forced to comply certain times. It does certain things, and you don't see the true essence of each individual when you first interact with them. You're only seeing a part. You're only seeing the mask that they're wearing at that moment for whatever reason they have to do or say or be who they are. But there's something inside there that's much more, much deeper. And sometimes you can see that and sometimes you can't. But at the end of the day, everybody has something deep and something amazing, and something that unites all of us, that human factor, that soul, that part of us that's connected and interconnected with their purpose in this world. And we, there is a purpose, and we all have a purpose, and it's all connected. And when we discover that, when we discover the God within, the God that is hidden within, just like in the Megillah, that we read, Megillat Esther, you never see God's name. God is only alluded to in the Megillah. But once you know and you understand the story, it becomes so obvious, God behind everything. So too in life, we might have all these difficult struggles, and we go through things that are heavy and that could destroy us. Just like, Haman wanted to destroy the Jewish people. Everybody goes through their own experience in lives. They have their own Haman that's trying to self-destruct. But when we come to that moment and we really have to dig deep and understand who we are and what we are, and we understand that, it all fades away, and you see the purpose behind it, and you see the God behind it, and it's your own personal redemption. And the amazing thing is when that happens, when you know who you are and you see that, when you've found that after all that work, then you are so elated and so overjoyed that you want to share with others, which is what we do on Purim. After we were saved, we're exhorted to do, to give matanot l'mionim, to give money to the poor, and to send mishloach manot, and all these things, because when you're so happy with who you are, the next step is you want to give to others and connect with others. And the beautiful thing is this is the week also now that we read Truma about building the Mishkan, and the Mishkan and the work that is done, that is supposed to be done, is the Zohar compares it to the story of Esther, and we are all Esther. We all, in a sense, she was an orphan, no mother, no father. She had to leave her family, abandoned by her community. In the end of the day, we all find that to be, who we are, because you can't rely on your parents. In the end of the day, you find that you're, in essence, an orphan, meaning you can only rely on who you are, and you have to turn to God, or to that deep part within you, and to connect that way, connect with God, and find that strength within yourself, like Esther found that strength within herself to enter the king's palace, meaning to face that challenge, that ultimate challenge that we have, head on. And if you do that with everything you have, and that introspection, you find that. And the next part is that you find yourself redeemed. And we are all Esther. We all have those struggles. And when we find out who we are, and when we've become redeemed, then we go on to just all connect with each other, wanting to give one another, and having a healthy, amazing community the way it's supposed to be. That is the redemption. That is why at the end of the days, that's what it's supposed to be. All of us knowing who we are and doing for one another. That connection with that inner self, like Esther had to do, and like the Kohen does in the Aron, is connecting with God, with that quiet, just man and God, with the moment of truth. And when we do that, when we know who we are, everything just harmonizes after that, of course, if we all do that. And that's something to aim for, and that's something so beautiful. And to love one another, we just have to remember that just like other people are wearing masks and things that you might see through or you might not, just know there's something deeper inside, just like, we ourselves have to wear masks sometimes, but there's something beautiful and deep and meaningful within all of us. Adar Sameach, Purim Sameach, Shabbat Shalom.